I was in my early 20s when I started working at a hotel restaurant. It wasn't a luxury place, but it liked to pretend it was. From the outside, everything looked polished, white tablecloths, soft music, smiling waiters. But behind the kitchen doors, it was a different world altogether. Loud, hot, unforgiving. I worked long shifts, mostly keeping my head down and doing what I was told. As a guy, I was expected to handle pressure without complaint. And honestly, I did. The job was tiring, but the real problem wasn't the hours or the workload. It was the people who thought power gave them permission to cross lines. The kitchen was ruled by the chefs. Some were fair, some were strict but respectful, and then there was him. He was senior, experienced, and knew it. He didn't scream like the others. His cruelty was quieter, sharper. He had a way of leaning too close, of speaking just softly enough that no one else could hear. He chose his targets carefully, mostly waitresses, especially the younger ones. Everyone knew, no one said anything. One afternoon during lunch service, I saw him call one of the waitresses aside. She was new, always polite, always eager to help. The kind of person who apologized even when things weren't her fault. They stood near the prep area, partially hidden from view. I couldn't hear what he said, but I saw her expression change. It wasn't anger. It was worse. She nodded once tightly and walked back onto the floor. When she passed me, I noticed her hands were shaking. Her smile was gone. I asked if she was okay. "I'm fine," she said quickly, too quickly. She wasn't fine. The rest of the shift, she worked like a machine. No small talk, no eye contact, just focus. It felt unsettling, like watching someone shut a door inside themselves. A few of the other staff noticed too, but no one pushed. We'd all learned that pushing only made things harder. Before dinner service, staff started getting changed. The chefs kept spare clothes in a shared area near the kitchen: trousers, jackets, aprons. It was normal for people to pass through that room. I remember seeing her walk in once, carrying a stack of clean napkins. It didn't stand out at the time. It shouldn't have. Dinner service that night was brutal, fully booked, short-staffed. The kitchen temperature rose fast, and so did tempers. Orders came in non-stop. The chef moved like he owned the place, barking instructions, criticizing everyone around him. About 30 minutes into service, something changed. He paused mid-shout, shifted his weight, then shifted again. At first I thought he'd hurt his back, but then his face tightened, not with pain but confusion. He tried to keep going, but it was clear something was wrong. A few minutes later, he disappeared into the staff bathroom. The kitchen kept moving, but there was tension in the air. When he came back, his face was red, not from heat, but from fury and embarrassment. He was breathing hard, clenching his fists. He started yelling accusations. Someone had messed with his clothes. Someone was going to pay. We didn't know the details yet, but it didn't take long to find out. Someone had poured a large amount of chili powder into his trousers. Sweat had activated it. He only discovered it while he was working. There was no relief, no quick fix. Every movement made it worse. Management took one look at him and sent him home immediately. He stormed out, humiliated and raging, threatening investigations that never came. After he left, the kitchen was silent. Not awkward silence, not guilty silence. A heavy, thoughtful silence. No one laughed, no one celebrated, but there was something unspoken in the room, an understanding that something had shifted. For the first time, his power had limits. The waitress finished her shift like nothing had happened. She didn't smile, she didn't look proud, she didn't look afraid either. She just worked, collected her things, and left. No one ever proved who did it. But everyone knew. In the days that followed, the chef came back different, quieter, more careful. He kept his distance. His comments stayed professional. The corners he once used for whispered words stayed empty. Management never investigated properly. Maybe they didn't want to know. Maybe they already knew too much. The incident slowly faded into rumor, then into one of those stories people tell new staff in lowered voices. Years later, I still think about that shift. I don't believe revenge is always right. I don't believe pain should answer pain. But I also know what it feels like to watch someone be pushed again and again, with no protection, no voice, no help. Sometimes people don't fight back because they're weak. Sometimes they're waiting. That chef learned something that night, something no warning or complaint ever taught him. And some lessons don't arrive politely. Some arrive burning,